This video is sponsored by Squarespace. When you want to get a website done, want to get a domain or online store, think about getting it with Squarespace. And welcome to another episode of Hong Kong Travel Photography, and this time I bring you to Tsim Sha Tsui, another shopping district in Amang, Hong Kong. And this whole video is taken with the new Fujifilm X-H1. This is the first time I'm using it. I'm trying to see how good, or is it good enough for this. So yeah, let's get to it.
Tsim Sha Tsui, or just TST, is on the tip of Kowloon Peninsula, facing the Hong Kong Island across the Victoria Harbour, main tourist and shopping area.
So let's say I just get out from the MTR Tsim Sha Tsui station. Obviously, you come to Tsim Sha Tsui. Taking MTR to Tsim Sha Tsui station is the easiest. It's just whoa, this is just still moving. Tsim Sha Tsui is one of the tourist districts, so it's always that busy. Just now, this is a weekday on the afternoon. It's so busy. Now, just one tip for you: don't come to buy anything from these shops. Okay, I better go. Most other shops around here are good, okay. Just not those kind of camera shops. Don't buy anything from them. They are constantly on the news, I tell you that. And while they are still here, they are just really good at getting the grey area around the law. Probably something like that. Check out my episode about Mong Kok. If you want to get camera, go to Mong Kok, not here. Now, what's Tsim Sha Tsui? Tsim Sha Tsui is one of those tourist districts, but it's not totally tourist. I mean, our local come here to shop, to meet friends, go to restaurant. In front of me, there's a big shopping mall. But a little bit like Mong Kok, there are people live here as well. Up there, it's just normal residential buildings around. There are lots of people live here.
First, we are at this area of TST, old buildings mixed with street shops. When I said this is a tourist area, there are still cool streets for photography.
Now, when you come to Tsim Sha Tsui and you love photography, of course, you have to come to this famous Champagne Court. I found out on the web that Champagne Court was once the tallest building in Tsim Sha Tsui, and I look at it again now. It's just 6 stories high. Wow, that's a long time ago then. Let's go in. Now, of course, I don't come to look at watches. Come to look at these. Like a Canon in boxes. Oh, like a mug. Oh, look at that. Oh, Contax T3. I have one before. So regret selling it. David Chan. I mean, this logo, Chen Hong相機, you pay attention, a lot of those Jackie Chan's movie at the end, you will see that Chen Hong相機at the end. Pentax 1000mm Olympus. So these are the real OM, not this OMD. Maybe, if you remember, I have been here for so many times with Kai. Just look at all these old cameras. I mean, actually, Kai and maybe Bellamy Hunt, they know much more about these old cameras than me. I don't really have much idea of them, but they are just amazing to look at. And then in Tsim Sha Tsui, I mean, after I took an hour of street photography, this is a nice place to chill out a little bit from the heat or from the cold, depends on what kind of weather you come to, or from the rain. And coming out from hours of just browsing or shopping in Champagne Court, oh, you can get some Swiss Army knife, reasonable price. Oh, remember, these are all Hong Kong dollars. Coming out from here, and here you got the Dotwell Photo Workshop. No, I don't usually come for cameras and lenses. I come to develop film. According to people who are more familiar with film, they have some film that's hard to get elsewhere. What I love the most is that you can drop down your film for develop and then you can go back home. They will send you a link to download all those photos from their server and you can come back later to pick out the film another day.
Now we come over to the other side of TST.
You can come to this street with these trees. These trees are all hundreds years old trees. If you come here earlier, you can get a lot of nice pictures of like light shining through tree branches, but I am a bit too late now, so. Okay, quite a bit better today. Alright, typical sign. And taxi. Look at that, Lock Row. Well, not exactly the same English spelling, but the Chinese character exactly the same. In front of some rubbish. Actually, Lock Row is too bad, kind of boring, kind of short. There's quite some affordable restaurant though, so if you're hungry, if you're shooting around here, if you get hungry, this is a good place for get lunch. And now this is Canton Road, a whole road that's just, not just, but it's famous for all those luxury brands. Dior, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Ferragamo. And years ago in digital web, Kai loved to come here for street photography as well. Well, not exactly my taste, but you can find some very interesting people here. All those 20 people, but not necessarily got a taste. Oh, camouflage. Two kinds of camouflage. So what kind of camouflage is that? One camouflage inside a jungle which is pink, and then another one just camouflage in a mango jungle. In a smoothie. She camouflage inside a smoothie. He was almost like Austin Powers, like, oh yes, 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 good, good. Oh, obviously trying to get the Dior as the background. Because that's what you want to see when you travel to Hong Kong, yes. By the harbour, there's this cultural center. Is it cultural center? Yeah, Hong Kong Cultural Center. Not exactly the masterpiece of architecture. Anyway, it has a lot of geometric shape that makes some really quite special photos. And now we are at the harbour. As you can hear, now the Starferry Pier, you can actually, even if you're not taking the ferry, I really quite like take photos in here. This is one of the places that haven't changed much for like decades. And of course, when you're here, you have to take photos of the Victoria Harbour and tourists taking photos of the harbour. I think since I was small, just outside this public toilet, this is a hot spot for fishing. Since I was small, I'm not joking. There's always some old guy come here to fish. Next to the toilet, the sanitary tower. There are fish though, but there's a sanitary tower down there with all the pollution from the ferries, from the boat. Tasty. Someone just posted for me. By the side of this harbour, there is a harbour city. And then when you go to the harbour city car park come to the top of this, you'll find this place.
This is also the first ever shopping mall in Hong Kong. Some say first ever in Asia.
Good for sightseeing and photos. I never knew there is an observation deck here. Probably new. I don't know. There's so many people here. Never know there's an observation deck.
Turns out this extension part was built by Foster and Partners. And all these pixel art are actually by the Invader, bringing this trip or your trip to a great end.
So this is Hong Kong travel photography, and this time is Tsim Sha Tsui. This is just a brief around Tsim Sha Tsui, what you can expect, what you can get from different parts of Tsim Sha Tsui. Of course, there are more to Tsim Sha Tsui that for you to explore it by yourself. So stay tuned for the next time I'll bring you to another district in Hong Kong for Hong Kong travel photography. Thank you again Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and in fact myself is a Squarespace customer for many years. Many years ago, one of my family members wanted to make a website for their home business, and I picked Squarespace because it's just easy to use and it's really easy to make really beautiful websites. So check it out whenever it's your homepage, portfolio website or online store. Check it out. Try it out for free, and if you decide to sign up, use this link for 10% off squarespace.com/log.